Hello everybody, welcome into my Rutgers Dynasty and NCAA Football 14, and here we are in the second recruiting update of the season, and we're starting it off with the quarterback position, and QB Scott Hunter. We're looking at his commitment before and after, and you can see that Pittsburgh is still in the lead, but we are a close second, 865 points away. And taking another look at Scott Hunter's stats, we have good speed at 84, and he has good throw power at 86, but his throw accuracy will need to get better. And we are also looking at this quarterback, O.J. Kaysen, 6'1", 200-pound 4-star out of Laurel, Virginia, and he is undecided. He has some good schools on his top 5, but nobody has taken a lead. So we are going to try and go after O.J., and he is a little better than Scott Hunter. He has a little better speed, and he has a little better break tackle there at 81. And the scrambling quarterback has some elusiveness also. That's pretty high at 88. And now we are moving on to the running back position, and our lone recruit is Reggie Dougherty. And you can see early in the season, we were on the top of Reggie's board, and now, later in the season, we have gotten a nice lead over Boise State on the 4-star recruit out of Waynesboro, Mississippi. And if Reggie commits here, he might get the red shirt. And let's keep this moving. Last update, we had tight end Calvin Peoples, and we were number 2 behind UCF, and the 6'5", 3-star out of Florida has chosen UCF, it looks like. Now we are 1,095 points behind, so we have to have a backup plan. And our backup plan just became our primary target. Doug Davis, 6'5", 240-pound 4-star out of Hilo, Hawaii. Number 2 tight end in the country. And we are putting a lead on the teams behind us. Among them are Penn State, Washington, Florida, Notre Dame. So we have some work to do if we want to get Doug. And Doug is an all-around tight end. He doesn't have the highest speed, but he has really solid catching, really solid blocking, and as you've seen from the games we played in the first season, the tight end is a crucial part of this offense. But our current tight end, Paul Carazola, is a senior, so the big Hawaiian could be seeing playing time early next year. Now moving on to the offensive line, I think our center position could use some help, and Matt Hudson out of Newark, Ohio, he could help us. He's a 70 overall, but we have to get in the battle. And Matt Hudson is pretty big for a center, 6'5", 288, and he is a gem prospect. And his strength is run blocking, but we really do need some depth here on the O-line. Now let's look at the other side of the ball and defensive prospects. And defensive end Marcus Edwards, we were in the lead. He had us at number 1 all the way from the beginning of the season. And it looks like we have stayed number 1, taking a nice lead over TCU there, 1,470 points. He is another prospect out of Mississippi that we might get. And looking at Marcus Edwards, he's all about the skills. Look at those power moves, finesse moves, and 80 block shedding. And whoever commits as a defensive end is going to have some big shoes to fill, as our senior leader, Jamil Merrill, is graduating. And someone I think that could fill that gap nicely is this kid, John Maynard, out of Middletown, Pennsylvania, 4-star. And early in the season, we were number 3 on John's list. But now, look at this. Bowling Green is in the lead, closely followed by Pitt and Temple. And we are in the green, but we are far out of it. And I don't know if we can get John Maynard. And if he commits to Bowling Green, they just got an excellent prospect. This kid is someone I'd like to follow even if he doesn't commit to Rutgers. And now we are moving on to the secondary and looking at cornerback Ken Casey out of Portsmouth, Ohio. And he is 6'1", 184 pounds, a 3-star. And since the beginning, we have been in a battle with North Carolina, who early in the season led by 1,000 points. And now, they still lead by 1,000 points, but we have cut in a tiny bit. And some of you out there may think that this is a lost cause, but we are not going to give up in the fight for Ken Casey. And we have a young secondary that is promising, but Ken Casey is a player worth fighting for. Look at those stats. great speed, great coverage, and that's what you look for in a corner. And it's up to North Carolina and Rutgers. He has made his choice. It's either or, and you can see we are all in with 500 points on Ken Casey. Now next up is strong safety and Dominic Robinson. He is smaller, 5'10", 180. He's a 3-star prospect, and we are battling with a few Big Ten schools. Northwestern up top, Michigan number 2, and we are coming in at number 3. And he is also from Ohio, so we have a few Ohio kids on our list this year. And now later in the season, Dominic has his top 3 schools, and it looks like we made the cutoff, and we are still in this fight. Only 900 points behind Michigan. And even though Dominic is shorter, he still has some speed and some coverage skills. And look at that press coverage, 97. He could be a corner. And if we decide to keep him at strong safety, he can obviously come down and play in the box. And we are going to finish this recruiting update with some athletes. Last time, we were going after athlete Steve Harris out of Maryland, but it seems Steve Harris is going either to Navy or Maryland. So we've been recruiting a bunch of athletes, and one of them I want to bring you is Aaron Williams, 6'3", 205-pound, 4-star out of Lake Barcroft, Virginia. And he has Rutgers as his top school, and the number 14 athlete in the country has some real skills here to go both ways. He's got good speed, he has good coverage skills, and he can catch the ball, run routes. And if Aaron Williams commits to Rutgers, I would like to play him both ways. We will see when that day comes and the position changes in the offseason. If he's on our team, he would probably end up playing most of his snaps on the offensive side, but we could put him in some sub packages for defense. And that's it for this recruiting update. I will have one more, possibly 2, before the end of the season, and then we will go to signing day, and we will see how our recruiting class ends up. We don't have any commitments yet, but we are close on a few players. So stay tuned to see where these recruits will play their college football, and hopefully we can bring in players like John Maynard, Ken Casey, and Doug Davis. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this NCAA football dynasty, and I hope to see you here for week 10 of season 1 as we take on the Temple Owls at home. Later, guys.